And you noticed I've been referring to our character as Dr. Ellen Ennis. That's because we went to the pharmacy in Ekron, and we took the doctor and the doctorate of surgery off the wall, and they're ours now, so now we're a doctor, and if you don't like it, we have a crowbar. And Dr. Ellen Ennis is very, very handy with her crowbar-related surgeries. Alright, I need to keep remembering, I've got up here, I can actually look out all sides of our base before we walk outside to even see what's out in the distance. Because basically, the first priority every single day we wake up is we do a quick look around, see if any zombies are in the area that need killing. And if not, we continue about our day. Should have enough food on us. We've got beta blockers. I've got some vitamins handy, so we're good on all that thing. This should be freshly filled up. Nah, not quite, but it's in good shape. But we have officially entered winter. Today is the very first day of winter in the game. Now granted, it hasn't snowed yet, so we still are just frigid cold, but we are in the winter season. As such, a bunch of things have been penalized. So like, foraging, we're going to find less food. Fishing will be a lot less successful. Farming won't work as well. So we're dealing with all that stuff now. Hey, Growlcore. Welcome to the stream. But all those things are not our problem. We're just here to kill them all. I did notice that yesterday, and I'm glad we raided Lawful Falafel yesterday, because Lawful Falafel started a challenge where he's attempting to kill 100,000 zombies on Insane Pop, which is, I believe, the exact same thing that Royal with Cheese did. So that should be fun to watch. Our run is a little bit different than that. We're doing higher population, multiple helicopters, all those kinds of things. And then technically with Royal with Cheese's thing is they're talking literally 0 mods whatsoever. Like just no mods at all. I go very, very mod light. But technically I do have mods. Like I can see more information than you'd otherwise see. So being true to that, like, I wouldn't technically match. But I don't have any mods that add new items to the game, weapons to the game, give me easier access to stuff, or change gameplay aspects. The only one we have in that regard would be Pillow's random spawn mod, just because I like randomly spawning places as opposed to predictably spawning places. But that's fair, because I will kill all the zombies, and then if someone wants to up the ante on me, they can do it with even less stuff. And I do hope someone would take up that challenge if we were to actually manage to clear this. That said, at the rate we're going, I'll probably break 100,000 kills here in, probably not this coming week, but the week after. I do think, though, whether we are successful or die, probably the next run is I might give the Year of Pain challenge a run. Because the idea of, like, pitch black nights and zombies that open windows and all sorts of awful stuff going on sounds like something to at least give a good try. It'll also force me to actually use flashlights. Which, for the record, and I don't have all the details handy, the Year of Pain challenge involves you have pitch black nights, The zombies have their intelligence turned up so they know how to open windows and doors, so you have to lock your doors or zombies can just stroll in the middle of the night and attack you without warning. Windows you gotta board up, or they'll just open the window and climb in and say, "Hey, how's it going?" with their teeth. It has like pitch black nights, all that good stuff. Hey, Colo, how's it going? Tomorrow's gonna be a nice, cold, cold day. All wins in Dirt 4? Oh, AI wins in Dirt 4. RIP. This is what we like to see. When we can drive long distances without seeing zombies, that's the smell of success. And, you know, decaying zombies. But I mean, those smells might be synonymous. No one said success had to smell good. Well, one thing I guess we should also go over before we get too far into things is going over where our skills are at. So yesterday, towards the end of stream, we did bounce ourselves up to the point that we now are at Fitness 5, Strength 6. So we are now considered stout. So we have a positive strength modifier. Fitness is neutral. We're not unfit, we're not fit, we're just right there in the middle. Our nimble is getting pretty close to level 4. We're about 2/3 the way there. Most of our combat skills are at 5, with a couple of exceptions, and we also have a couple that are starting to creep up to about the point they're going to hit 6. For our crafting skills, carpentry, cooking, farming, and tailoring are coming along really well. The others not so much. We did get aim, and for the record, this was one outing with a shotgun, to give you how much aim you get from the shotgun. Just one single outing with the shotgun got us just the teeniest, tiniest hair below 5. And our survivalist skills are crap because we've never worked on them in any meaningful manner. Hey, good evening, Najvis. Sorry, thought I saw a zombie over here distract me for a moment. How much X and XP do I have? How much X and XP do I have? I don't understand the question, sorry. Like, total number of XP points? Oh, time? Oh. I mean, the character is 3 months, 26 days old, if that's what we're asking. Oh. No, we're at regular XP. Most of the settings are almost entirely just Apocalypse, with the exception of the population turned up and multiple helicopters and new respawns. So we're just at 1 times XP. We do have fast learning though, so that's, you know, technically 1.75, but that's because of a trait, not, you know, changing the game settings. So effectively, I had to take a negative to get that extra XP gain. Alright, there were zombies up here. I saw one. I don't know if it's just the one or a group, so let's back up away from the tree line. Yep, I do a 0 to hero start. So we start with no fitness, no strength, no weapon skills, no anything. I don't get any special modifiers that, you know, let me level stuff faster like certain professions offer. And while we did have 2 days of fitness that we did because of a tropical storm early on, for the most part, all of the fitness this character has gained, both strength and fitness, has been from bludgeoning zombies to death. Cool, so as I turn last gear to have, let's see, I'll have to read that in a moment. Because I made flans, and they're the bitey kind of flans. Okay, have more power but slower top speed, but when exiting the turn, the AI just got some kind of boost and they have higher acceleration in every situation. It's not fair. Yeah, there's different games that have different ways of making the game challenging. Sometimes they make it so, like, the AI operates in having more information than you, the player, can have, like knowing already where the positions of the other cars are and that, so that they can be more strategic in their pathfinding to not have to worry about that. And sometimes they just fudge the numbers where they go, well, their car's just faster. You know, they're not as smart, but the car's just faster, more performant, whatever. I can't speak for Dirt because I've never played it, but it's just one of those things with games. Sometimes AI just work on more information than you have, sometimes they work on just having faster reflexes than you can have, and then other times they work on they just flat out cheat. It could also be there's a mechanic that the game doesn't explain well, that the AI is taking advantage of you and you're left blissfully unaware. Like Mario Kart when they introduced the Moza, like power sliding, where you basically drift your car, and if you did it correctly, like wiggling back and forth while you're doing it, you'd get a boost of speed on the exit of the drift. Like, it's entirely unintuitive until you realize it's a mechanic, and so you go, why is everything flying past me so fast? Not that I've been playing that specific mechanic exists, just that they may be using a mechanic that the game doesn't bother explaining to you. Or the game might explain to you, but with, you know, when you're playing a new game and they introduce a dozen different mechanics to the game, you always end up forgetting some of them because it's just too much information being dumped too fast. Which is one of the things I feel for a lot of people who play games like Project Zomboid, where there is a lot of systems going on, or Path of Exile and all that, where it's like, okay, well, let's be real. If I explain 10 different things to you, you're probably going to retain, at best, like 8 of them. And that's not a compliment or a negative to anyone's like intelligence or anything like that. It's just when you're exposed with information, you only have so much you retain per pass until you do multiple iterations of it to eventually pick it up. And especially if it's the type of thing where they teach you by just showing you but not actually having you do it, like the retention for that is between like 15 and 25% on average. So you're talking about learning only 15% of the game mechanics. It's pretty bad. Yep, I have no idea. Like, I do know there are racing games out there because of the, they've got a catch-up mechanic that it's actually in your best interest to stay in second place, but, like, close second place for most of the round. Until you get to the last lap, and then you just want to blast past them near the end because the catch-up mechanic is over-tuned to try and keep you constantly muscling for first. But then just because it's over-tuned, it boils down to that last turn, who's in the lead. And again, can't say that's a mechanic in Drift, I don't know. Like, it's a catch-22 with a lot of games. Like, if it has no catch-up mechanic, cool, it's realistic. But that usually means when someone gets a hard lead, unless they do something to mess up in a big way, you know, there isn't a way to catch back up. You know, assuming you're driving at some, like, within at least some distance of each other's, like, skill-wise, success-wise. At the same token, catch-up mechanic often, if it's too over-tuned, it makes it feel not great because taking the lead is meaningless up until the very end. There's a spear down there in that one. Let's kill him in the group there. I don't really like going into the trees, but we've been clearing the area quite a bit. I thought I saw a spear. But I guess I didn't see a spear. It must have seemed like a bangle or something. But as always, the catch with a lot of games is just they make decisions that are unrealistic for gameplay reasons to make the game more enjoyable for everyone involved. Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, it feels like there's a game mechanic that isn't explained or was missed that the AI is using. Because if you're on, like, the easy difficult and the AI is just utterly thrashing you like that, that tells me something's either wrong or there's something not, like, not explained. Some mechanism within the game to be aware of. Like, I know there's games in the past where doing stunts would give you a boost in speed. To, like, add finesse and all that. But again, I have no idea about Dirt because I haven't played it. Like, way back I used to play a decent number of racing games, but I never really stuck to them. Like, they're fine. I enjoyed them and all that. It's just, with limited time and all that, I would always end up playing something else. Maybe. That could definitely be a thing. If, like, the AI is being more precise on their turns and all that, so getting into the straightaways and staying in the straightaways longer and all that, they would definitely get more speed out of it. And lose less speed in the turns. You notice we constantly are, like, turning around from time to time? It's, well, most of the time the zombies will make noise as they're coming up behind you. You don't want to take that as a hard, fast rule. There are times that zombies can be quite a bit quieter on their approach. So you want to make sure to, like, turn around and watch behind you. And I did see that we aggroed. There's at least 2 zombies back there. I saw one down here and another one off to the side. That doesn't surprise me. We've seen a lot of zombies just kind of tucked in the trees over here. So, want to keep thinning them out because they'll end up coming out to the road. That one got one tapped. Love to see that. Alright, did you not come the whole way out? What's the deal? We definitely got it. There's the other one. Okay, they just both, like, stayed a respectful edge to the road. They know you're not supposed to walk in the middle of the road. It's just not safe. But I do think the way we've been clearing, like, we're getting to that point that we're just not seeing nearly as many zombies in the area that we've already covered, which is good. That implies a lot of the loose zombies that were migrating into us, they're going to, A, have more places to migrate, so it means less of it will be directly on our base. And then top of that, there's less of them running around to migrate. Alright, I got a couple more that are tucked back in there I'm just going to deal with. Because I figure there'll be a problem sooner or later, just get rid of them. We must have not wasted, but used a bunch of time before we left this day, because it's already 8 and we're only now arriving, which last time we had to fight a whole bunch to get here, versus this one we're not really fighting that many zombies. Just ones and twos here and there. I see these ones, we'll stop for them in a minute. Yeah, this is kind of one of the downsides. We're getting far enough that we're losing most of our time fighting for the day in the commute. Hey, I did not expect you to go that way. Glad we didn't get too close to that tree. Which this is actually one of the reasons why a lot of people go for 2 and 3 hour days. Is just to give you more time to fight and all that before you have to turn in. Granted, we're nowhere near sleepy, so I think I'm just accepting that we're going to be fighting in the dark today. Alright, we're coming alongside the first of the houses. We can't get into these ones yet, we gotta go all the way up to the gate. I don't believe you can climb the wrought iron gates because they got the spikes on the top. Not that I've ever tried, but I'd rather go the straight route in anyways. Okay, so it does not look like we have another main weapon, which is fine. There's a good chance at some point during the winter I'll have to start poking my nose into houses to get more weapons, all that. Alright, so we got some cars we'll want to tow out of the road in a minute. First, let's clear the zombies out of the area. Just judging by how much it takes to accelerate this van, I have a feeling our towing capacity in this van is pretty awful. I'm going to be extra careful here because I can't trust sounds behind me, because they could be on the other side of the fence, and I don't want to assume they are because there's a good chance that'll be the time that it's not. I'm zigzagging to check all the buys in case there's keys. There's no keys, so we're fine. Where are you? Where are you? There you are. Yeah, so all these zombies I'm hearing behind us are the ones that are along this fence here that I can't hurt them. Well, I mean, technically there's ways I can't hurt them. But generally speaking, we're separated. It's also annoying because it does mean if I were to get execution animations, like, I won't get them because we're technically aggroed to all those zombies on the other side of the fence. But there's also a reason why I'm fighting near the fence, is I know I effectively have a side of me that's safe. I can't have a zombie sneak up from me. Like, once I know, like behind me here, where I know the fence is clear, I don't have to worry about a zombie coming from that side because it's a solid wall as far as the zombies are concerned. Alright, they both have smashed doors, so we can't even get in them. Alright, so what is the horsepower on this van? Because it feels like it's awful. And towing horsepower does matter a lot. 260 is pretty terrible. I can't tell if that zombie's on our side or their side. Fence can be real weird with that stuff. I think it's on the other side of the fence, otherwise they probably would have engaged. I died. Okay. Yep, okay, so we got a hydrate, a stretch, all those things, push-ups. Give me just a minute, I'll start getting all that stuff once these zombies lay off. Unfortunately, towing makes it much louder because the van's having to work real hard. Zombie. Oh no, we were good. We did disconnect the car, right? Okay. There's the zombies I was thinking we were retreating from. Or not retreating, getting in position to fight. So that's actually a perfect example of where the outline's important. So, you see where she's knocked over? If she was slightly to the left, you would not be able to see this zombie if it went crawler without the outline. So that's one of the reasons why I super strongly recommend the outline, even if you're into immersion, because there's times that, like, if we're being immersive, my character would know that zombie is there. They would be staring at that zombie, laying at the ground, approaching them, and just 100% know that they are in danger. But just because it's an isometric game, as the player, I just can't see it. We'll see if this works. This is a steep angle. Okay. I've never tried that before. Yeah, I know there are people who turn off the outline because they're like, it ruins the immersion. It's like, I mean, it's fair. You're getting a bright green outline. It's very difficult to say that's immersive. Unfortunately, just with the camera angle, I don't think there's a way you can properly do it immersive. Not unless they get a button to rotate the camera, and if they do, one, that would be awesome. Two, I don't even want to think about the amount of work they'd have to do into giving every building 4 sides. Because there's just so many buildings that right now they don't have to worry about the front signage at all. But if the camera can rotate, suddenly they do. So yeah, towing cars with 260 horsepower engine, really crap, for the record. That's in them trying to pick up speed, drag it off the road. And then just deal with it like that. Because we go fast enough, then I can just use momentum to carry us through that far. I want to peek behind this tree, because the fact that I can't see, I don't know if something's coming up on me while we're trying to disconnect this. Okay, I think we're alright. Alright, there's what looked like a small, medium-ish horde here, and then there was a big horde up the road I believe we alerted. Oh yeah, that's a real small horde. That's not even a horde, that's just a group of 2. I thought it was like 6 or 7, because it just caught him out of the corner of my eye. Hey, Pankararu, thank you so much for the host. I'll get you a shout out here in just a minute. And on that note, I'll give a shout out too, because I usually do that when I see familiar faces popping in chat. Give me just a minute though, we're in the middle of a fight. Okay, we got stamina for days. I was worried that we might get low. I keep forgetting when we're sitting in the car, we get so much back now that we actually have good fitness. Okay, so pause, and let's get those shoutouts. Because Lawful Falafel is a fantastic streamer. Yep. So Katana Rampage, let's see. So yesterday we did not have a Katana Rampage, but Tuesday we did. We've had 2 Katana Rampages so far. We've had 1 shotgun. Wait, did that actually work? How did shoutout work for you? That's supposed to be like mods and host only or something. I had someone try and do a shout out for someone without me, you know, mentioning something. No, it was I was trying to do a shout out for someone and they had a it was a name that had a number, like, so instead of an O it was a 0, and they tried to do a shout out and it didn't work. Oh, that's so weird. Maybe it worked because it's my username that was shouted out? I don't know. Yeah, because I haven't given a lawful, like, VIP or moderator or anything like that. Mostly because I haven't done anything meaningful with VIP. Like, I set a couple up, like, right when I first started the stream and then never touched it again. Because I don't even know what I want to do with it. Yeah, that's what I'm guessing. It must be just because you did, like, my screen as the host. But it's weird that they'd make that exception because why would you make it so I could shout out the channel you're already in? Like, if anything, I would want it to give a trolley message being like, hey, you're already here. Alright, so it's highlighting that. That's so weird. I don't oh, we should not have done this. I mean, I'm not super tired yet. Oh, yeah, this is bad. Alright, first let's maneuver around this, get to one side of him. Yeah, it'll be fine, but it's just like, we've been having this chill vibe. It's like, oh wait, four actual hordes? Okay, that's not insignificant. I hate these trees along the side of the road. I also dislike all the zombies on the other side of the fence that make it so I can't trust my ears. Yeah, it's partly the distraction side of it, which is fine, but it was also, because it's so dark and I don't like fighting in the dark, there was, like where these trees are here, one of the hordes was like packed in here, so I couldn't see it till I was like right on top of it. And it was the same on the other side. I saw the one up ahead, which is the one I was distracted from noticing, and it's just like the 4 hordes like right there on all sides. That said, that's why we carry a small army of hunting knives everywhere we go, so there is no fight that we don't have the stamina to fight. Now, the sleepiness to fight, that's another story. And I am expecting to have probably, I would guess, anywhere from like 6 to 12 zombies just huddling around the van when we get up here. Because I don't think we were close enough that we aggroed all the zombies to ourselves. But yeah, this is the reason why a lot of people sit there and go, okay, for these kind of runs we're setting ourselves 2-3 hour days is just so they don't have to fight at night. Hi. Oh, they were, I don't know where you came from, but that's not cool. Yeah, those were ones that are probably chasing us. We got far away, that they stopped seeing us, and then they got distracted by the noise the other zombies were making. That's not cool. Oh yeah. Like, that's the fun thing. Like, I have had people who've hopped in here and be like, you're using a hunting knife, short blades are tantamount to suicide. You just can't, like, no. I'm sorry, man. Short blades are super good still. Like, I know they're not the meta they once were, where you could just thrash entire armies of zombies like no one's business. These two are definitely on our side. But especially if you're like a low fitness character or in a situation where you just don't have the stamina to fight that many zombies, you can just keep going and going and going. Are they the best damage? Certainly not. Best durability? Nope. Best range? Absolutely not. But you never have to stop fighting. Well, as long as you got vitamins, you never have to stop fighting. So they're always my backup weapon, but they're a backup weapon I lean on a lot. I've even had some people who I would definitely say have had way more experience in the game that, like, have done more ridiculous stuff than me in certain regards and all that. They're like, oh yeah, I'll use a crowbar, and then they'll switch to a hunting knife when I get close to exerted. And they're like, you had what now? Like, yeah, hunting knife. Like, no stamina use. When I don't have stamina, I switch to a thing that doesn't use it. And they're like, well, that makes sense. And I've noticed more people doing it. And that makes me happy, because I like to take partial credit for it. I think it's so many people go, like, high fitness, high strength that worrying about stamina is only a problem when you're dealing with the most absurd zombie pops, because otherwise, like, okay, what's it matter? I can run around a little bit, I can do a bunch of stuff, then eventually stamina catches up. Versus my low stam builds, it's just, or low fitness builds, it's like, oh, nope, I need to maximize my efficiency with stamina on a lot of cases. Yep, short blunts are real good too. Like you'll actually notice the mix and match I'm doing is short blunt and hunting knife. I'll use short blunt until the stamina issue starts to catch up to me, and then I'll switch over to the hunting knife when it's just really rough. That said, crowbar is probably my second most used weapon on this character, I would guess. But alas, the zombies are being frugal with the weapons at the moment. They're giving me hunting knives, which I appreciate, but nothing really else. Plus, once you start getting to like 7 and 8 with the hunting knives, you can one-tap with them decently enough, too. Like, I think we're at the point I can technically one-tap, but it's super rare. I saw another one over here. I don't know where it went. I wanted to do the finishing move. Should have held Alt. Used my sharp one a little too long that time, but that's fine. Alright, we are right about to be drowsy. We've made really good progress today, so far as just pushing forward. Got a couple hundred more zombie kills, but unfortunately, it's getting to be past my character's bedtime by a long time. I do have a feeling that giant ball of zombies that were forming on the other side of the fence that's following us around, when we get close enough to the edge of the fence that they figure out how to path around, that's going to be one of those times that we're facing like 200-300 zombies all at once. Yep, it happens. Sure as be like that, though. Yeah, this is definitely a good sign that we're getting pretty much most of the way home, and I've only seen one zombie so far that was on the road. We might actually need more layers. We're actually cold and we have all that stuff on. I might actually have to put on the socks. I mean, I never put on the socks. Hey, Telegram. How goes? Got halfway to the gas station from my mall. Nice. Alright, so I got a couple zombies at the home stretch, which is fine. Nice, nice. 7,000 kills is a very respectable kill count. Alright, no signs of zombies immediately around. Yep, I need more clothes. We are getting cold. Despite what we're wearing. Is this a character, one of the characters I had the scarf on? Yeah, I got a scarf on this one. Alright, luckily I've got a couple things I can wear for this. I still have my face cover. I want long socks. There's some long socks, that'll help. Okay, if I find a tank top that's not destroyed, we can wear that for another layer. I don't think I can wear... Oh, I can wear a denim shirt and that'll be an extra layer. Okay. Gotcha. Always good to learn the best ways to deal with stuff. Okay, so let's see. How is our generator doing? That's fine. We can fuel it up before we leave again. Actually, was that tank top in good shape? I don't think we checked that one. It is, so we'll wear it. Okay, so fishing intermediates we don't have, but that's okay. We're gonna quickly blast through this book. Now get us all caught up in our books. I couldn't tell you. I haven't checked the mall area out in a very long time. And I believe this is the absolute last carpentry book we will ever read on this character because it's, you know, that's the last of it. So we're actually starting to wind down the books I need to read, which is nice. And part of the other reason I'm reading this book is to try to reset our sleep schedule a little bit. So I'm basically burning time until, you know, it's going to be dark and we can sleep through the night. Nice, bums away. Got your first character past 1 month. Awesome. That's always such a big milestone to get across. Alright, I think we probably won't sleep through the entire night, but that's okay, because I'm going to have to deal with food and all that in the morning anyway, so whatever.